and music. We don't have no music. Where is the DJ? I guess the DJ smoked some weed and has taken a cat nap. Yeah. Is anybody? Is the DJ high? Apparently, the DJ has taken a cat nap. I mean, he ain't scratching or nothing.
Is he rocking Vino or Serato?
I mean, is it Kush or was it Indica or Sativa? I don't know.
Is he rocking Vino or Serato? Or he tripping if I get on the motherfucker?
Okay, all right.
It might be like 1 or 2 and they go.
This is, man, y'all don't know where the DJ is at. He is knocked out. Y'all just making assumptions. If anyone could, or maybe even the, you know, who's up next. But anyway, I remember Meen Green, me and him one time, nigga drove 2 hours, 4 hours smoking to get to San Diego, and I didn't have a tire. I was on a spare. He was like, we gotta get to San Diego. Shay's waiting on us. We got clothes. We gotta get there. It's weed, clothes. We must make it. So we rolled up tree and we made it to Diego. And we smoked, I think I made about 10 beats. Made about 4 or 5 songs. Smoked about 4 or 5 ounces. You know what I'm saying? And then I came home. Fucked up. I think I did the same shit about 7 times when it comes to Green. Every time he pulls up or has me pull up, it's like roll up weed, smoke it, and consume it. So, is there anybody else? Is there a DJ? Is there a host? Or am I the host?
No, that's the DJ speaker.
So you next, Ray? You smoked already? Oh. I got my cousins and stuff in the building. Why y'all don't bring your other cousins? Thank you, y'all. Meen Green. You know what I'm saying? He's right here with us. He ain't gonna never leave us. You know what I'm saying? As long as we smoking, we doing the Meen Green. You feel me? As long as we distributing product, as long as we selling music, making music, we doing the Meen Green. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's peace, love, and happiness, we doing the Meen Green. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, those who don't know me, my name is Ken420. Usually I don't talk much. I stay behind the scenes, but I had to come out and talk for me. We stay behind the scenes, but I've been in the industry since like, I guess 2005. I came up with a sport called Everything 420. I came up with 420 nurses. I came up with Everything 420. I bought like 40 or 50 domain names all in 420 because I knew that we would make it one day. I knew that they would legalize it. I dedicated my life, and so did Meen Green. We took off where Jack left off, and we were like, we gonna make sure that they're gonna legalize this shit. And we were in competition because I was a grinder and Meen was a grinder. And all we did was grind. I would call him and say, look what I'm doing. And then he would call me and say, hey, look what I'm doing. And he used to rap, and he still raps, and I used to rap, and I still rap. And I will tell you, nobody put down 420 hip hop like he did. Okay, Jack here and all them, we were pushing that shit. Nobody was pushing it. Cypher Seal, maybe. That was the only one, but he stayed in that motherfucking 420 hip hop lane. And nobody else really did that. And he never gave up. But other than that, he was a pioneer. Every new shit, he was behind it. Seedless, he was the first one repping Seedless. Now that is a product, okay? You talking about a rapper pushing a product. People don't do that. Nowadays, they just waking up to that shit, okay? But he was one of the first ones to do it. He connected the cannabis industry with the product industry. Nobody was going to Champs. Nobody was going to Champs. And he brought the cannabis community over to Champs. He brought me to Champs, He said, look, there's a whole bunch of money you can get over here. They gonna fuck with y'all because it ain't illegal. We can get in these pipe shops and we can run these products and we can get rich. And I was with him. And he would bring along everybody with you. You know, when you get in the game, you can be like, fuck that, fuck that. A lot of people did that. He made a lot of people rich. And a lot of people said, fuck that. And a lot of people didn't give back to him. And he was just about to blow up, man. These people been in the game 15, 20 years. A lot of them got cut out. Families, a lot of them got cut out. They put all their money in dispensaries and all that shit, and then the government just took that shit from them. You know, these were lanes that we had to dodge and shit because they didn't want us to have nothing. And then Meen, what he did was, I'm gonna stay in the lane, I'm gonna start these sessions. When they stopped shutting down before high times and any of that shit, okay, when they stopped shutting down high times, where would all the growers go? They had to come out with sessions, and he made one. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like when this industry loses the cool, that's what Meen Green was. You go to all these events, the high times events, you go to all these events, he was cool as fuck. And then now, when you go to an event and he's not there, or whatever, it's not as cool as it was. He did a lot of shit behind the scenes that he's not gonna get credit for, and I just wanna give him credit for that. And just letting everybody know, like, these are real facts. He's a pioneer. We lost like a Steve Jobs and shit. Because he'd be behind the scenes hooking people up saying, hey, Seedless, you should talk to this company. This rapper, you should get in this game. You should push this product. I remember I brought, because of Meen, I brought Lazy down to the industry. I said, look, man, you can make a whole bunch of money getting products made. And before that, nobody was coming down to Champs like that. Now everybody's coming to Champs. You know, he had the after party to Champs. You know, they don't just give after parties to anybody. You know, this is something that he was on the weed side, yeah. He wouldn't smoke out anybody because that's how he was. He was a boss. You know, so when you're a boss, man, you gotta smoke people out. You know, you're in the company of a boss. You can't let your people not have weed and not be high. But he didn't act like it. You know what I'm saying? He was real as real could get. And I just want you guys to realize he connected the community. It was all about peace. And just don't let his legend die like that, y'all. Just keep, you know, pushing positivity and Meen Green, letting people know he's a pioneer. And he's the reason why a lot of industries are thriving right now. You know, and we going in the direction that we don't gotta do all the bullshit that we used to do, you know? And when corners get cut and we got to go in a different direction, Meen Green is like, oh, this is what we do. He had a stage. When they didn't let us smoke with the 420 football shit, when we were smoking back in the collectives and they didn't let us smoke, he was like, hey, we're going to make a stage in Vegas and we can play the games out there. We're going to have games going in Vegas and the stage and everything. We talk about a man that thought years ahead of everybody else and just was waiting for everybody to catch up. So I just want you guys, I thank you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys are here because you guys realize what he meant to everybody. So just spread that and just let people know, all right? So that's all I got to say. Thanks, y'all.
Sure. Let me say one more thing, too, about Meen Green. I was at Meen Green's house when Swisher Sweets sent him email.
Cease and desist.
They sent him a cease and desist, but it was just so they could know who he was.
That's right.
They didn't want him to shut him down. They just was like, no, they just was like, keep doing your thing. It's actually helping the brand. You know, keep fucking doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that. I was right there. You know, Swisher Sweets, you know, it's all good. He loved the shit out. I wanted him to not smoke as many of those, but he did that. And I smoked a whole bunch of the motherfuckers with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the name of the brand, you know what I mean? Swisher Streets. Because it's really not about, it's about connecting the streets, you know what I'm saying? It's about where do the blunt ashes go? They go right on the curb, like on the side of the curb, you know. So that's where we all end up. If you know what I'm saying, we're not accepted by the mainstream, you know what I'm saying? We end up on the side of the curb, you know what I'm saying? So we all related in that way to the blunt insides of the blunt guts, you know what I'm saying? That people just take out the inside, but that keeps the blunt fresh before you smoke it. So we need the insides of the guts, so it's important, even though we throw it to the side, you know what I'm saying? And even though we get thrown to the side, we're important as people. Meen Green!
All right, nobody else wants the mic. You know, I'll take it. I represent the Church of Hemp. Drove all the way up here from Scottsdale, Arizona. Say what's up to my nigga, Meen Green, because he's still here. Not in no hashtag and not in no damn t-shirt. It's spirit and love and everybody here that's still doing shit that he started with you and helped you to do. Just like me. That's why I'm here, because he helped me when I wanted to stop. He said, keep going. He said, keep going. That's the devil right there trying to make you stop. He said, that's the reason you should work twice as hard. When the devil comes at you, you got to go back at him twice as hard, and I did. I didn't really know he was going to go like that, you know. It just kind of happened. Wasn't really prepared, you know what I'm saying? So you didn't get a lot of time to prepare for it. One day I was celebrating the man's birthday, you know, smoking one for him. And the very next day, you know, I got some horrible news. So, you know, everybody processes grief differently. Me, I'm just going to focus on remembering the good times. Because we had a lot, and we both loved marijuana. We really loved weed. That's what it came down to. He loved weed. I loved weed. We looked at each other. Do you love weed? Yeah, me too. Let's do something together, man. You ain't got to make it overcomplicated. You know how hard it is for a brother out here to try to do something. You get something started and then somebody else comes along, you know, and all of a sudden they're doing it and you ain't doing it no more. We know how that happens. Okay, we are going to address that in the marijuana industry in the future, everyone here, no matter who you are. Equity, social equity for people that put their life on the line and went to jail so that other people could come in with their $1 million and make a whole bunch of money, but they didn't put nothing on the line, so they need to start giving back. And we all need to start addressing that social equity of the people that started it. The pioneers is what we call them, pioneers, not just hip-hop pioneers, marijuana event pioneers. So I want to really feel his presence here with us, so I'm going to do some corny ass shit right now. When I say mean, you say green, mean, mean. When I say turf, you say market, turf, turf. When I say medicated, you say medicated, medicated. My name is Kurt Diesel, man. This is for Meen Green. I don't want to start crying. I got a whole bunch more shit to say, but you know how it is, man. When you try to start talking and the tears start coming out, you gotta shut the fuck up, man, especially when they recording you. I see my man over there, Black Mezio. Yeah, man, I want to give you a special shout out, man. I know you had a special connection, man. Church of Hemp, Kurt Diesel, 1.
Speaking of the social equity, a lot of you don't know this about me and my partner. Green has been there from the beginning. She was an applicant through the equity program, and May 20th, the city gave us permission to open a dispensary. I'm forever indebted to Green. Green is always going to be a part of me, and I can't wait to set up my office and have his picture in there. So y'all better check on this equity out here in LA. They got money for you. Say that again. Check on this money out here in LA. They got equity money for you. They're starting all over. Y'all better get down there, get down to your city. It's a lot of money. If you need to be pointed in the right direction, at Bo Money. She could take you there. She told me to leave LA and go back to Oakland, and that's how we got in it. Jeff, where's Jeff at? Right here. See, you're always a comedian.
Right on the sideline. Hey guys, you're pouring your hearts out, and it means a lot. So, this is exactly what we wanted, is to just keep this thing going. So, really, don't drive away from here going, damn, I should have said something. I mean, because we all got stories about Meen Green, and I'll tell you one thing I'm gonna miss. With all the bullshit that's been going on Facebook, his posts were always, you know, perplexing and challenging. You know what I mean? He wrote stuff every day that I was like, damn, dude, he made you think. So let's just keep his spirit alive, man. And just honestly, look at the diversity of people here. Look how diverse this group of people are. That shows what kind of motherfucker Meen Green was. He was a badass. So let's raise our hands for Meen Green, you guys. Come on. We love you, man. We're gonna keep throwing smoke up in the air, smoke signals to him. But don't let the good times stop. Please continue. Somebody. There you go. Don't be shy, folks.
Meen Green is like a brother to me. Like, the Turk Market and the family was like Cheers, like a place you can go where everybody know your name and you feel safe and you know you're going to be among people who love the same thing. And for all of us, it's cannabis. Some kind of way you love cannabis, you had a product, you had a spirit, you wanted to be around it, you made a business out of it, and keep going with it. This is what Green would want. He want us to keep going. I know you guys can feel him here, I know I do, and my entrepreneurship just won't let me stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to use everything that he taught me as my motivation to move forward.
Hi, my name is Johnny. I met Green 3 years ago at the Hollywood Hemp Museum. This man took me in when everybody turned their back on me. He didn't have to. All he saw was a hardworking man. And I thank that man every day. The last time I saw him was 3 weeks ago. And then I saw him 2 months ago in Vegas. And I had a heart-to-heart with him. And I told him, I said, Green, I thank you every day for my life. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have everything that I have till this day. I promise you I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have anything till this day if it wasn't for that man. And this is where he had all my respect. That man looked at me and he said, Johnny, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have the life I have. And he was the most humble person I've ever met. And it sucks because I felt like I lost my dad again. Thank you, Green, for everything.
Okay, now is it on? Yeah. Good speech, Johnny. All right. I'll write this shit down. Y'all guys know me as Queen Moses? Queen Moses! There you go. I met Green through word of mouth. Another member told me, hey, you should hit Hollywood. You do a lot better there. Now going there, I'd have to say, like, where I come from, we live in a different side of the streets. And so going there, I had to, go with my instincts, like, watch out for everybody around. And I remember seeing Jessica and all the crew and the volunteers, and they were welcoming. They let me in, open arms. I saw Green in the office, and so I felt it was out of respect for me to go in there and show who I am. And what can I say? Since then, he's always allowed me to express myself at the market. He knew when I was going through tough times to give me a table when I needed it. And the one thing I noticed was a whole different look of faces in front of me. Meaning there wasn't a session full of Latinos, there wasn't a session full of white people, it wasn't a session full of black people, it was everybody in one. That's what separates Green from everyone else. That's why I hashtag no color lines. I think being able to do that is something special that nobody in
cannabis community, industry, whatever you want to call it, could do. I've been to a lot of clubs before, and Turp Market is the reason why I have my own store now. And I think that's what most of us are trying to do here. I hope you're trying to do something in that aspect, because that was his point of doing this. This doesn't last forever. So my last conversation with Green was, let's go eat some steak. His gums were not that well, and I'm going back to vegetarian again, so we had an agreement on his birthday when he came back to do that. And I kept calling and calling, he wouldn't fucking answer. And I started getting mad. And then finally Jessica calls me and tells me, you know, I haven't told anybody yet. You know, so I got to feel something that was different. Was you can't get just mad or over just something of anything. You don't know what's going on. Green kept me off the streets. I was been on the streets, so I don't want to keep going on, guys. I just hope that you guys all understand how much he put effort into this, and that everybody's here. I'm actually really surprised, because I didn't know how much people loved him this much. This is a lot of people. There should be more, honestly. But all right, rest in peace, Green.
Yo, damn it. Yo, I just wanted to jump in real quick and say something. I was always like enthusiastic about showing Meen Green some new product or talking to him about something new, because he always has some like not, I don't want to say like childlike enthusiasm for it, but like his eyes would light up. You know what I'm saying? Every time I would introduce him to a new product or talk to him about a new venture that I wanted to do. And I just wanted to share that moment. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys remember looking into his eyes, man, or smoking with him, you know what I'm saying? And just having these conversations where we powwow about making some new venture or some business. Like, I heard my man talking about the seedless and repping these brands and stuff like that. Like, I was inspired by him as a black man in this cannabis community, just standing out here doing his thing, like wherever it led. And I was like, man, like, yo, he taller than me. You know what I'm saying? He bigger than me. You know, he wiser than me. He older than me. Man, I can only look up to him. You know, and I did that every time, and every which way I did my thing. I was looking at him like, man, I just want to show you something, and he gonna be like, wow, that's great. Yo, let's do this and let's do that. You know what I'm saying? He will always counter you and tell you, like, just keep going higher, you know? So I just want y'all to continue to do that. Like he said, my man, everybody, shout out to everybody that's here, man. Keep doing what he told you to do and keep doing better. All right, I'm out.
Turn it off. Oh, never.
Oh yeah. It's crazy as fuck, man. I wasn't even gonna come up here, but I'll be doing injustice to myself if I didn't. Y'all already know, man. Mac Mussolini, host with the most. And I remember when I was down in the hospital for months and months, and every morning I would go live. The first person in my life was Cali Cup. Surfs Up. Me, he was more than just a brother. Me, he paved the way for a lot of this shit. And like it was said earlier by Ken 420, he ain't gonna get that recognition. And I see how fictitious how fake people can be. But I can see how much love is in this motherfucker, Jack. And there's so much love over here that it outweighs that fake, fictitious shit. And I'll say this, Meen Green will live on. His name will live on. And on Thursdays forever, we will always shop. And we all gonna smoke until the ashes drop. And I will always, as long as I have air in my lungs, I'll always host. But give that to the kids from this moment on. All right, y'all have a great night. And I'll catch y'all in a few takes. Oh, yeah.
I'm Star, the Crystal Lady. I met Green 3 years ago at the Hollywood Hemp Museum. I was a patient, and he welcomed me always with open arms. I was a kooky Crystal Lady artist who really was interested in the market, and he took me in and he encouraged me. He told me, how you can have a table. I'm going to give you a table, let you try out your thing. He didn't care what I put on my table. I didn't have any cannabis, but he believed in me. He believed in me and whatever I would bring, that it would be something I could bring to the table that would be good and positive. And so he supported me through art. He supported me through crystals. He shared a lot of wealth of the spiritual world, and he was really into crystals and stones. He was a very spiritual person. He believed a lot in what goes on the other side, and he very much like me believed that this life does not end when you leave here. We do move on, and they take the young ones because they've served their time here. They've done all the wonderful things they need to do, and now he's moved on to the next wonderful thing, and he's going to grace so many more people and bless so many more things. And now he's an angel up in the sky, smoking, puffing clouds with everybody. And he's definitely touched my life in every aspect, because he let me have a table selling crystals at the cannabis market. Now I have a mobile crystal shop thanks to him. I have an entire business because he believed in me, and he let me come to his market without cannabis. He believed in me, and he knew I could do something with that. So with that, I'm truly thankful. And I know you're up there looking down on us, and we're smoking for you, and I love you. And you're going to be missed forever. Thank you.
I met Meen Green about 22 years ago. I talked to him almost every day the last 3 months, so this is real hard. And I never thought I'd be standing up here talking about my man Green. Rest in peace, though, brother. You know. And
thank you. All right, that works.
There's a lot to say, but he's someone that'll never be forgotten as far as I'm concerned. And I'm gonna make sure the world remembers Meen Green, because things that he went through and what he wanted to do, he was doing it. And it's a good lesson I think he's telling everybody. Is like, we got to live our lives. You know what I mean? Enjoy every day we got on here. Because I talked to him on Monday, and on Friday he was gone. So live our lives, people. And rest in peace, Meen Green. That's real.
And I just wanted to say something. I already talked, but this is Tony right here from Chronic Candy. And when I came to the game, Tony put me in on the game. And there's certain people in the industry that help others. And Meen Green was one of them. He put anybody on, and he is a pioneer. And I just want to say thank you, Tony, for coming down and letting everybody know. Because Tony, nobody was thinking about Chronic Candy and stuff. More than 25 years in the game right here, this man came in. And he could have just said, nah, I don't want to fuck with anybody. But he said, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. And Meen Green was the same thing. And I just want to say thank you, Tony, for coming down here and letting them know. that we can make moves and waves in this industry right here. This is the industry that we can get rich in, you know what I'm saying? And so I just want to thank all the OGs that put it down, Reels here, all the OGs that put it down and still putting it down in the game, and want to make sure that names live on like Jack, you know, and my man right here. So, you know, Meen and Jack and all them stuff, we stay in that lane until everybody knows about that. I just want to say thank you. Thanks.
Yo, everybody knows me as Henry 420 Society. I'm the host of Friday Market. I never done this. This is the first time for me. I'm a really Miss Green. He used to always talk about you always dabbing too much, your hot ass dab, your nails are too red. Come on, Hen. That's one thing I'll miss about him. Nobody has ever called me any type of nickname. Green was the one to call me Hen, and I'ma really miss that a lot. And thank you for everybody coming out. Much love to everybody. Shout out to Green, man. We love you, man.
Hello everyone, how you doing? So, well shit, first time I went to the market, Johnny showed me what's up, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, man, y'all do this? I was just like indoor smoking, like, no, fuck that, I'm scared of that. And then now, now I'm out here, this and that. I met Green for the first time. First thing he did, hey, I got this for you, blow this up. I'm like, what you mean, you sure? I came from nothing, you know what I mean, man? When I came over here, like, utmost respect. Never met a man like that in my life. Every time I met someone, roll something up, roll something up. Well, you got all this left, put it in your jar. I ain't never, like, ever since then, he really taught me what I understood is, it's like, you gotta give to get. You gave respect, this and that, and look who we are today. Shit, this, greatest, like I said, greatest man ever met in my life. Thanks to Johnny. Johnny, appreciate you for coming up. Appreciate you for letting me know everybody here. You guys, I love you all. I love Green. Shit, King Green, he always be here with us. I'll tell you that right now. Rest in peace, King Green.
Man, one more time. Meen Green showed me how to make hash, y'all. With the 3 little bags and all that, and filter, the little ice hash. All kind of dab at all. Meen Green showed me so much about bud, bro. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Showed me how to make hash. Showed me how to dab it correctly. You know, showed me how to overdo it, actually. Showed me how to overdo it. When it comes to bud, Meen Green showed me how to overdo it. Smoke a whole bunch of weed out the pound. You know what I'm saying? Good weed, green weed. I'm like, man, this ain't the fire, so what? Roll it up, smoke it, I'll smoke it. Feel me? Just roll it. Okay, no excuses. We smoking. All right, Green. Let's do a song. You feel me? Smoking the weed, do the song. Yeah. You gonna do a song, or be a part of the song, or just be a part of the memory on the song. You know what I'm saying? So, t-shirts, hats, zigzags, bongs. He got into the bongs. He got into every fucking thing. And then it was like, oh, he's into that now. Can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Can't contain him. Feel me? Gang of clouds of smoke, my nigga. Gang of weed events. Oh, then he found out. Then they waxed the wax slabs. Then he had those. Y'all ever seen that big long ass joint he had? Y'all seen that one? It was about this. Yeah, it was about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar size. He had a big long ass joint, the size of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lou Alcindor size. That nigga had a Lou Alcindor. Yeah, he had a 7-foot long joint that he used to could light up. A fake one and a real one. He had a lot of big when it comes to weed. Like, look, this is the biggest of, like, yeah, the biggest joint, the biggest hash dab. That's my bro, in weed and in life. You know what I'm saying? Because when a lot of people are sitting still, Meen Green is putting the pedal to the metal when it comes to pushing the product. If it ain't even if it's not his product, he's gonna push the product. If it's something good, and it got anything to do with California, got anything to do with weed, got anything to do with marijuana, hemp, anything. Oh, you got that hat? Oh, let's push it. Nigga, post it. Push it. You cannot make money sitting on your ass. And so that's what we know. Meen Green did it till the wheels fell off. You feel me? Fuck the dumb shit. Because I say maybe 90% of us know what's going on today. Some motherfuckers just think they still the session going on. They like, oh, session. Oh, Meen Green, what? So, you know, if you got a product, you got something that you got going on, you got to get off your ass and push it, promote it, and do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Meen Green will want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. You know what I'm saying? Find a friend, smoke some weed, tell them about what the fuck you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Push your product, push your music, get out there and sell Mortimer. Meen Green!
Where is the DJ? His bro. Where's the host guy? Oh, right there. Oh, yeah. You gotta turn it on.
Hello? Some of y'all know me, most of y'all don't. I'm a man of few words, but Meen Green was my little brother. My name is Charles. I've been fighting myself over there to get on this mic for a minute here. And I know he know a lot of people. I know he had a lot of influence, but listening to y'all stories here and seeing your face, I can see somewhat or kind of exactly how much of an impact he had on this situation. You know, I'm trying my best not to break down, but I had to get up here and say something on my brother's behalf.
Celebrating.
Y'all gonna miss him. And just, you know, his name is gonna ring for a while, and you know, I love that. I love that, and I appreciate all the love from everybody here. And keep it going, just like he would want y'all to.
know about 99% of you here. I just know this is a beautiful turnout. Darren was my cousin, and somebody I always looked up to. You know, I remember being my favorite memory of him, just being in the back seat of the car, my mom's car with him, and I had a little etch-a-sketch. You know, that's how little I was, and I looked up over at him, and it was like light shining on his face, and I was like, this is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. So I put in my etch-a-sketch, and I put "I love you" in my etch-a-sketch, and I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, little cousin, you so cute." And I'm like, wow, you know, maybe I recognized the light that he had. You know, he was a gifted person, and just looking at the outpouring of love for him here it just really warms my heart. You know, it was a time my brother and I, my older brother Sam, we went to go and visit him when he was still in LA. I think just before he went to Atlanta. But you know, he knows I like to sing, and so he invited me to sing on a few of his tracks. I mean, when I said that was like the best day of my life. You know, they mixed it down and everything. It was just real. I just love him for that. You know, he just believing in me. You know what I mean? And I see here it's a lot of people that he believe in. You know, and a lot of people that he helped, and it's comforting to know. That's why I'm not screaming and yelling and crying right now. So I want to thank everybody that's been a part of his life, and thank everybody that you know, shared their stories of him, you know, being a part of their life. So I'm glad he was a light in you guys' life like he was a light in mine. And you know, I know he was all about that hustle, so continue to hustle.
Stay tuned.
I got a couple more. Everybody done speaking? I don't know. We can. We'll wrap it up. Last call? Last call. Last call.
We're gonna wait 2 more minutes for more words, and then we're gonna put the music back on. So if anybody wanna say something, step up now.
I'm ready for you to play the music. Play the music now. Go ahead. Wait, switch. Oh, one more. You want to say something? Turn the mic on.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? You know, I'm just a little person. I've been coming here for a couple years now, and I just have a quick little story about Meen Green. You know, this is how much like I felt his vibe. It was my first time coming here. Someone told me, oh, you know, Turp Market. I was like, Turp Market? Alright, Turp Market, you know, I'll go check it out. I'm in there, you know, you don't expect the vibe, you don't expect people. What if people are like, you know, iffy about you? Okay, you know, familiar face. So I'm in there kind of skeptical about everybody and stuff. And then this beautiful tall man, you know, dreads, smoking a blunt. He's like, hey, hi, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, good, I'm just checking it out. He goes, yeah, man, look, there's all this going on, you know. Oh, here, you want to take a little hit? And I was like, that was so nice. That was just so nice. All right, little did I know this man is Meen Green, you know. It's beautiful. But that's just my little story. I just wanted to share that. Ever since then, I was like, damn, you know. And I just can't believe it. But thank you guys so much for making this thing, because you guys are family to me now. So remember my face, you know. But yeah, have a good one, man.
Stay tuned.